Good evening. Welcome to Passion for Life with Dee and friends. I'm Dee.
And I'm Aisha.
And we're here to discuss our health and wellness. And we are here to with some friends. And right now we're going to introduce ourselves. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy I made it on time again.
2 days in a row. That's fantastic. That's real
Awesome.
good. Yeah. Things are happening. We're just getting better and better. So we're back for our fifth show, and we're gonna. Well, last week we discussed nosocomial infections and health.
Word.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh yeah.
That big word.
That was a big word, but health. What health? What? Inquired. What is it? I just forgot.
What are you trying to?
Hospital acquired infections.
Oh,
and
HIV.
yeah, right. But we're going to be talking about women's issues today.
Ladies' issues.
Yeah, ladies' issues, which is really important. And what we are doing is we have some friends. And
Hi, friends.
yes, hi. And you know, we have a male in the group too.
Wait a minute, I'm a man.
I figured, you know, we can get a male's perspective. And actually, Body Mechanic is all about sharing about women and men's issues, so it's really cool. And then we have some new friends on the table, on the couch right now, and I'm going to introduce Miss Theta.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Theta. How you doing?
Hi, Dee.
Well, I don't know, but first time on the couch, we always ask, what is your passion for life?
My passion for life is to live as long as I can, as young as I can.
Okay, that's pretty simple, but very good.
Without being in a wheelchair.
Okay.
I don't want to go to a rest home. I want to just be like George Burns. Just.
Okay. Hey, what was he, 100 when he passed away?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know he was very young inside.
101. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's a
what
good
I
thing.
I don't want to be old and decrepit.
No.
And somebody feeding me through a tube. No.
Well, you're doing a good job right now.
I'm trying.
Because,
I'm trying.
You know, you look really young, and you know you probably still get carded, right?
Yeah, I'll be 54 October 16th.
Right. So, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We all looking young, and we're all looking good, you know.
I'm having fun right now. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be here for every issue with women all the time.
Okay.
Just post me on the wall.
Well, we didn't get to you yet.
Okay,
you know?
I'm sorry.
I was like, hello. Yeah.
I thought you said Lloyd. I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to Leslie right now. Hello, Les.
Hi,
Hi.
Dee. How are you?
I am fantastic. I am so happy for you to be here today.
I'm happy to be here.
And
I'm
you
so
know
glad you
what?
asked
You
me.
just came on. I was like, I called her today. I said,
Yes,
you want to
she
come
did.
out? And
Yes,
she
she
said,
did.
you know what? This sounds really interesting. This is someplace I want to be.
Absolutely.
I was like, So
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. I really
No
do,
problem.
you know.
No problem.
So what is your passion for life?
My passion for life is to be happy, healthy, and well, and be able to help as many people as I can along the way.
Yeah. Well, I know your spirit is all about helping people. So that's why I'm just drawn to you, you know. And actually, you're my husband's friend. You know? So I was like, wow, you know. And I just kind of, you know, like embraced you. And I said,
we kind of like pushed him to the side a little bit, and then, you know, we joined.
Yeah, and then you come to find out, you know Aisha.
Yes, small world.
Oh my gosh.
Small world.
And you've known her since?
Oh my gosh, since it's been about 25, almost 26 years. Mm-hmm.
So that's amazing. You know, that's true. You
Yeah,
never,
it
it
is.
was 6 degrees, what, 8 degrees,
Her
6
face
degrees?
didn't change. It's like I never forget her face. And I looked, I did a double take, and I'm like, I know her.
Well, she's one of our partners in the business.
Wow.
Hello, yes.
Wonderful.
Actually, her sister, Makeda,
I know
her
Michaela.
auntie.
Right, that's
Oh,
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
came on in and then brought in Miss Aisha.
Wow.
And actually, Makeda, I would have loved to have her out here today.
Oh, she bad.
Yeah, well, talking about the women's issues and what have you, you know.
She has a lot of.
Oh my goodness, yeah, she has
Yeah.
some challenges, but you know what?
Mm-hmm.
God
That's
is
right.
good. He's
Absolutely,
taking, he
all
brought
the
her
time.
right on through.
That's
you know?
right.
So now we're gonna come over to you.
Yes,
Well,
Oh.
I'm the body mechanic.
Oh, I was going to introduce you,
Oh,
but
okay.
okay,
So
no,
go
no,
ahead.
no, no,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
Sorry,
Go,
sorry.
go
Sorry,
do
I'm a
your
little
thing.
shy.
Go
Go
sit
ahead.
back. Oh yeah, he's supposed to be shy. Let's go.
right.
Yeah. So, how are you, Mr. Body Mechanic?
I am doing fine, and I am honored to be here amongst all of you wonderful women.
Well,
And this is a very important topic.
yes, it is.
And, you know, it's not just about, you know, the fact that you're a woman, but all of our bodies go through similar things. So I just want to share some of my insight on that. And my passion for life is being able to keep my vehicle healthy and continue to evolve and learn. And I have no finite amount of time how long I'm going to live, but I just know I'm going to have fun to the final moments.
Well, that's
So-
important.
And I want to share that with everyone that I meet. So
Wow. Well, that's real, very important.
even though I'm shy.
Oh yeah.
During
Okay.
intermissions,
Yes.
Well, I just am so blessed to have all my friends out here on the couch and right next to me, and we're sharing some real important information, like Body Mechanic had stated, and well, in terms of we talked. Well, we're going to be talking about women's issues, and we're going to go from like beginning, you know, like when you're real young, and then how do you go to old, you know? So I know I've had some challenges, and in terms of my passion, we have always want to just keep my body as strong as possible, and sharing my health and my oh gosh, why am I so nervous today? What's up with that?
I don't know.
This is my 5th show.
You're not nervous. You got so many words that want to come out. You don't know which one to bring out
Right,
first.
right.
That's really what it is.
I see it is inside, and she's like, okay, I can't get
Right.
it out.
Maybe it's that new lipstick. Is that 305? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, Chella told me I should put some lipstick on, so I said, let me do a little
It looks
something.
great. Oh my God, I want Morris to come kill me.
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to wearing the makeup and all that kind of stuff. But I said, okay, I'll go with the lipstick today. So I took the suggestion. You know, you always take some suggestions. Whatever is good, I'm going to take it and run with it, you know. But yes, we decided to go with health, of women's health, because actually I had a young lady last week on the couch with us, one of our friends, and she had been diagnosed with endometriosis and misdiagnosed initially, and so she's gone through a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain, and she's very young, but her spirit is phenomenal. So unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it today because she had to do a work thing. So, but hopefully she'll be able to call in later. But that just inspired me to go with this women's health, because I've been through it since I was a youngster, you know. And if you don't listen to your body and you don't understand your body, you kind of like let things go, and it will cause a lot of issues. And I know with myself, I had so much in terms of infections and things that I didn't really know what was going on, you know, in my earlier years, that caused me not to be able to have children. You know, I'm being very transparent right now, because it's like, oh, you know, to be transparent like that, you know, I'm 50, I'll be 57 this year, and I wasn't blessed with my own children, but I do have my my friends and my family. And
Absolutely.
I'm blessed with, a lot of
Absolutely.
children in that way. And I had my grandma who was my 101-year-old child. But, nonetheless,
Right.
but because I was not aware of what was going on with my body, I let things go.
Right.
And had gotten, actually, I was a late bloomer, and I didn't even have, like intercourse. Well, I thought I didn't, well, I thought.
You're not sure what it was.
No,
You
I
did
was
something,
thinking,
but you're not sure what.
I feel like I should exit to the right.
No, not even.
Not yet? Okay.
Earlier during the week, we was coming up with topics, and we started speaking about, women's issues for today. And we had our own, one-on-one discussion for like an hour. I had to leave because it was like we were just going to keep
Wow.
on talking. And she was asking me and was concerned because I think your niece or cousin who's in town, she's, she's in school right now, and she's a virgin, and she's like 18 or so.
right.
So we wanted to have her speak about that perspective of being a virgin at that age because she was concerned about college. Are these children reckless? Are they educated about safe sex? Do they know about their bodies? So some of that came to talking, and she disclosed this information to me, and it was very important because people these days, a lot of young people, they don't know about the fears. I mean, we're more aware about fears now than people during her age range,
Right.
like my mother and my aunts and uncles. I realized that then protection, they was more scared to get pregnant. You said at that time,
that was
not
it.
as
Yeah,
far as
exactly.
Right.
catching a disease.
Right.
I said, but when I went to school, I learned the fear of both. So
Right.
to have sex without being cautious as far as not just scared of this one, but both sides of the spectrum.
Right.
I mean, a baby, okay, if you choose to have or not, but a disease you can't get rid of, you got to be protected on all fronts for both. And I try to educate my sisters, because we all have children at this point, but it's like I took longer because I was precautious longer. I don't know if they were as educated as I was then, or maybe they just was naive to the fact. And that's a concern when she brought it up. Our kids these days, are they aware of the scare that there is, or are they just out there having fun without thinking about it? And I guess it's along the lines of we don't know. But I know that there's more information out there now than there was before. So
Absolutely.
if you're
And some of the
educated-
ownership has to be on the parents.
Yeah.
For example, I'm very close to my daughter. That's the same age as your twin sisters. They're 2 weeks apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from her
Oh,
twin
okay.
sisters, because I knew
Okay.
her mother for a very long time. And I was very open with my daughter.
Right.
Not as far as a friend thing, where we talk, we know she knows the line, but I was very open and upfront and letting her know what was what,
Right.
and letting her know as well, once you give it up, there's no reversing.
Did you look at her
can't
just like you had that
backpedal.
same face?
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
You do.
And to let her know that part of the repercussions of having a child, when you're not particularly ready or set up, or whatever, that's your responsibility.
Right.
I'm raising you.
Right.
If you do this, that's your responsibility.
Right.
You have to raise that child, and that child should not be without anything because you didn't think this out well.
Right. Exactly.
And she kept that in her head, and I know certain things would happen. I know she would meet people. I know they would be curious, so forth and so on. I just would whisper in her ear that reminder.
Right.
Not in a threatening way. This is your life.
Right.
This is your life. Once you do it, there's no reverse. You can't backpedal and say,
Exactly.
do over. It is what it is at that
Right.
point.
Exactly.
And the only place you can move from there is forward.
Right.
So think real long and real hard about it.
Exactly.
Because you're going to be a parent and you will be the one responsible. And my daughter she's 25,
Okay.
and she's still a virgin.
Right. Okay.
She graduated
That's
college,
good.
yes,
Okay.
and she wears her V card proud. Yes, so she'll tell you in a minute. That's right. She said, because she said, Mom, like you said, once you do that,
Yeah.
you can never be a virgin again. She
Right,
said,
right.
so, I take care of myself. So that person has to be deserving.
Right.
And if, I'm good enough for them to date or, so forth, I'm good enough for them to marry.
Right.
I'm good
Yeah.
enough for them to, want to prepare themselves so that we could do this right and stuff like that. I said, that's good.
Okay.
That's wonderful. That's exactly what I want you to think, but I want it to be your decision.
Right.
Because you're more prone to stick with it if it's something that, you agree and something that you want for yourself, opposed to something that I forced her into doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Can I ask a man question?
Sure.
At what age do you decide to have this conversation with your daughter or your sons?
Now, that's a really good question.
Because I want to bring this up because there's some things I want to say.
Okay,
so.
that's a really
At
good
the
question.
age that
dying
she
to have-
starts,
But
the
you know
age
what,
she
we're gonna
started
have
asking
to-
questions. I addressed it as she asked questions. That's how I did it.
We're going to have to go and take a
Okay,
think
so we
about
go.
it.
Okay, we're gonna do.
Think
We're
about
coming
it,
back.
and then we're going to
Right.
come back.
I'm gonna
okay?
pull my pants legs up there.
We'll be right back. Thank you. Okay.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. I'm Dee.
And I'm Aisha.
And before we had gone to commercial break, Body Mechanic came out with a very interesting question. So you want to repeat your
Yeah,
question?
my question is, at what point do you start having the conversation about sex with your children? Well, more importantly, your daughters.
Well, I said, as it presented itself, is how I addressed it. And I said the situation whereas I was watching a commercial with my daughter, and she's sitting over there on the couch, and it was a commercial about some sort of rack to hold condiments, ketchups and mustards and stuff. And I'm saying to myself while I'm looking at the commercial, wow, that sounds a lot like condoms. I said, I hope that's not what she's thinking. And before I can complete the thought, she goes, Mom, can I ask you a question? My heart dropped. I said, what? She said, what's a condom? And in my head, I'm like, I knew she was going to ask me that. I explained to her what it was. And I said, are we clear? You understand it? And she said, oh, I already knew what it was. I just wanted to see if you was going to be honest with me.
Oh, my.
And I said, you put me through that? She said, no, because I know that I can come to you already for certain things, but I didn't know if you was going to tell me the truth about that or if you was going to give me some made-up story.
Right.
She said, so now that I know that you're going to tell me the truth about it, I'm okay with coming to you with certain situations.
Well,
You know, so I just address it as things arise in her life, and she has questions. When she comes to me, then I answer it.
well, kids are they're so smart. And we
Yeah,
don't give
very.
them even an ounce of credit. I mean,
True. This is true.
what they learn at this level right now, they can learn 10 times more.
This is very true.
I know that for a fact. But the point I want to make about when you have this conversation is because When you're talking about health issues, this is a very important point.
Absolutely.
Because when you go back 30, 40, 50 years ago, women did not have their periods until they were 15 and 16 years of age.
Not always.
Some 9,
No.
10.
I'm not saying always.
I was-
I was one of
Because
those
of food,
people.
No, but this is the point I want to make. I'm not saying everyone, right? There are some people, of course, they're different. But the majority of people had them. Let's go back 50 years, 14, 15, 16. This is when you're supposed to start having your period.
Well, I was
don't
one
know. I
of those
think-
very mature person. I actually had my period at, 11?
Right.
And so you're talking, 30, 40 years ago? Well, 50.
Right.
Oh my
That's
God,
what-
46 years
Relatives
ago.
of mine, same
but this is
thing.
the
They were
point.
9 and 10.
I said,
now
but I said
early.
50 years ago.
Oh, no, but you're talking about 45 years ago, 40,
Right.
almost 50 years
So-
ago. But my mother, okay, she actually got pregnant before she got married, okay? And it was one of those shotgun marriage. So my mom, I have to say, she was very...
I'm sorry, Slip.
My mom was very upfront with me about sex, okay, and about getting, she was like, okay, when you're ready, Dee Dee, let me know, because I will take you to the doctor and get you what you need, okay? So at 16, she took me to the doctor, but I wasn't even ready.
Right.
I was
okay.
like, Ma, I don't really need this. So actually, I started on birth control pills, and I took
Okay.
myself off within the month because I was not being sexually active at
Right.
that point. So, and fast forward, I did do something about 17. I thought it was something.
Right.
She is so funny.
It was something to somebody.
It was something, and it wasn't nothing. It was not cool, And I told the boy after we did what we did,
Right.
I was like, I don't want to do that again. Okay. I just didn't want to be bothered, and so he dumped me. But about 3 years later, then I
Right.
did it again, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my goodness, I really that was just something.
Right.
That wasn't really anything, and then my hymen did break, and
Right.
it was like, oh, okay, now I can say
Right.
I'm not a virgin, but I thought I was not a virgin like 3 years prior.
But the point I want to make is, being that we're talking about health issues and things, it's a very important point. But women had their periods much later. All right, there were some that did have them earlier, and one of the points I want to make is this: once the woman actually starts to ovulate and have her period, her mindset, you can say a lot of things to them, but there's something about procreation of the race, and it's hard to get in between that.
Yeah.
And now young girls are having their periods at 9 and 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of segue into the topic that you're having
Right,
today,
right.
I want to talk about things that make that
Nutrition,
happen.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And one of those things is something that all of us knew nothing about.
Really.
And it's in our tap water,
Yeah.
it's in our toothpaste, and that's sodium fluoride. I don't want to scare people, but what happens is, there's a few things. There's sodium fluoride, which accelerates puberty
Yeah.
and also affects serotonin,
Right.
right? But the main thing is it accelerates the aging process. Also,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And even
But-
women that take birth control pills, they will pass that imbalance on to their child.
children.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really
It starts a hormonal
Yeah, and that's
imbalance
what's going
already,
on with
and
the
it accelerates
foods
the
and what
aging
have you.
process.
We're gonna
Even the
we're gonna
we
take
have
a
a call.
call. We have a call.
We have a
I
call.
bet you.
We do have a call. So we're gonna take that call right now.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to Passion for Life. Who do we have on the call?
How are you? My name is Chella from Body Shop TV.
Oh my, hi Chella, how you?
I'm on top of the world, thank you.
Wow, welcome. I'm so happy to hear from
It
you.
sounds like you're on top of a
You're
yacht.
welcome. For some reason, I can't get the show live, so tell me your topic.
Well, we're talking about women's issues.
Okay, awesome. In what capacity?
Well, the health, and we're talking about we started with the youngsters, our young people, and then we're going to go into we were talking about serotonin, what we're eating, and how we're sleeping, and how our periods are getting now
Imbalance.
a lot. Yeah, people
It's
are
starting
getting
a lot younger,
a lot
right?
younger and what have you. So it's kind of it's scary, you know, what our children are developing so much faster.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
Yeah,
we
kids
have,
are thinking about what they should be thinking at 16. They're thinking about it at 9 and
Right.
10 years of age.
Yeah.
Like, parents are not ready for that.
right, right. So,
I'm not ready for it. When my baby just got here, I'm like, oh my God. It's scary.
And then you were also going to be talking about, you know, when should you start taking, and now you have children, you know, needing to go to gynecologists at 12, 13 years old, you know, and whereas you didn't really have to take them to the gynecologist until they were,
They're
you
putting them
know.
on birth control pill at 12 and 13 years old to regulate their hormonal imbalance.
Right, right. So you want to chime in on that, Chella?
You know, what Mike said is so true, and it's very unfortunate. My niece was put on it when she was very young, I think 11
Really?
years old,
Wow.
because her periods were so heavy. And, you know, we learned later on that she had fibroids at a young age.
Mm.
And as a result of that, she's had so many other issues. You know, she's dealing right now with borderline cancer cells
Oh my goodness.
because of papillomavirus.
And how old is she? Oh my goodness.
Right now she's 22 or 23.
Really, that's so unfortunate because you know what, and that's what we're talking about. Also, you're putting foreign things into your body that your body doesn't support. So, unfortunately, what happens is your body starts to attack, and then it creates a lot of challenges in terms of it starts creating reactions in your body. And like you'll have cancer and you'll have fibroids and you'll have all these reactions because your body doesn't know how to not support, you know, it starts trying to heal itself and you can't heal itself because it's just kind of out of control.
Right, it's because of the hormonal imbalances.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many hormones that your body produces. And that, like for instance, and you know this as well as I do, your thyroid regulates many things in your body. And one of the things about, and I want people to think about this. Everyone brushes their teeth, right? And they use fluoride because we've been told that sodium fluoride is good for your teeth. This is something that was started back in 1920. And what happens is when you ingest sodium fluoride, actually, it has nothing to do with your teeth. It actually causes dental necrosis. But that's neither here nor there. The main thing we're talking about this topic about women health issues is that it affects thyroid function. And your thyroid regulates so many hormones in your body. As a matter of fact, what sodium fluoride does, the thyroid gland pulls in chlorine from your tap water and sodium fluoride, and it stops the uptake of iodine, which carries the most important hormone, which is thyroxine.
Right.
This is the problem. So if you are using toothpaste on a regular basis, and what people don't know is that on the toothpaste container, it says poison, warning.
It's absolutely
If your
crazy.
child
Yeah.
swallows a pea-sized amount, they're called poison control. So let me share something with you, right? If you put it in your mouth, it's in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
You don't have to swallow it.
Yeah.
And the reason why
You can
the
touch
warning label is actually on that is because children died in a dentist chair from fluoride treatment.
it. Wow.
So now when you ingest it in your mouth, it wreaks havoc in your internal ecosystem.
Well, it's also, you know, if people allowed, well, the doctors and what have you just said, you know what, let's try to do something natural. You know, start putting your body and treating your body with certain foods and certain supplements that are natural to your body, it would be so much better. I know with my grandma, whenever she had an issue, she would just say, okay, what do I need to do? And then she just treated herself in terms of what she should add in terms of her food, her intakes, and what have you. And she did not go with any kind of medicine. So you really have to be so much aware of what's going on with your body and try to supplement it differently than doing it with, you know, drugs. And
Well, that's how we're taught. We're taught that drugs are the way, but food was here before we got here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hippocrates said, let thy food be thy medicine.
love
And
that
trust me,
saying.
most medications started that way.
right.
Right?
A lot
see,
of them are
but
derivatives
through
of
natural
some
Right,
sort of,
right.
yeah, same thing
They
like when you
alter
say-
it so
Right.
that they can control it.
Exactly. Same
can't
thing like you were
synthesize it in
saying
our
with
body.
the thyroid.
Right.
I suffer with that, the hypothyroidism.
Mm.
I had Graves' disease. I had Graves' disease.
I have Graves' disease. I haven't.
Well, we're going to talk about getting rid of it.
I know. Well, what I do is I don't take. They had put me on Tapazole to help control it, but when I had spoke to a nutritionist,
Endocrinologist.
right, yeah, he's an alternative to medicine. You know, he was telling me that the apple seeds, eat the apple seeds. People say, oh, you eat apple seeds, you know, a certain buildup of it is cyanide, is poisonous, and that, yeah, I'm still here. I don't eat a bag of apple seeds. If I eat an apple today, I'll just eat the seeds included. I went back to get my my numbers checked, thyroid regulated. There's certain thyroid automatic blockers, kale, cabbage.
Cruciferous vegetables.
Yes.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. They automatically will block that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know part of mine was as a child, I had a problem with blood pressure. My mother took me off of salt and, you know, everything. I never had a problem with it again. But see, the iodine, that lack of the iodine was part of the issue with the thyroid because you need that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
And that all goes to chlorine and
absolutely.
sodium fluoride.
So,
Absolutely.
Chella, what's happening with your niece right now?
She's going through some testing, and she just went to her physician to be retested, just waiting for results. But I just wanted to say something before Body Mechanic goes on another tangent. In regards to
I love you too, Chella.
Self-esteem is extremely important.
Right.
You know, we can talk about medications and other things, but self-esteem is so huge. And what it does is when there's a lack of self-esteem, there begins to develop a void. And self-esteem can be diminished by the way people talk to you, our partners, our husbands, our co-workers, our superiors, the way we look, the things that we want but we don't have, and the list goes on. And what we do is we begin to feed these voids with unhealthy habits. It could be food, it could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be unhealthy partners.
Right.
And it's like going up and down escalator. It never ends until we address those deep-rooted issues.
Yeah.
And that's what I just wanted to share with you and your awesome panel and your infamous guest, Body Mechanic.
Oh, well, Miss Chella, I am so happy you called us, and we're going to have to say goodbye, but thank you for those words of wisdom,
Absolutely.
and we really
You're
appreciate it. And I'll be seeing you real soon when you come back from Florida.
Okay, dear. And you and Aisha are doing a great job.
Oh, thank you so much.
You sound really relaxed, Chella. Let me tell you. You must be having a Chardonnay.
Okay,
I'm sorry, that slipped.
we got to go now. So
Bye.
we'll be right back.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and friends. I'm Dee,
And I'm Aisha.
and we've been talking while you all have been gone,
take
so
these
it's
friends
been
anywhere.
kind of crazy, but we're not going to go to that conversation
Right.
at all.
Right.
So we're going to get back to our women's health and our young people, and and I've been saying this through our whole series. We can't really discuss all this in one series, one
Right.
one
It's so
hour
much.
at this point.
It is. It
we
really
will
is.
have. Hopefully, we'll be back.
Yes.
You know, we'll be able to do this for a long time,
Yes.
and I have to get sponsors. You know, I'm not begging yet. I'll beg at the end.
No, we're begging
You
now.
know,
We're
well,
gonna
we
beg
can
now.
beg now. Okay.
We're gonna beg now.
But you know, if you all like what you're seeing, you know, we're gonna need some help. But to keep this going, because this is important.
Right.
We need to
Absolutely.
share this with
Oh,
everybody.
gosh.
You know, there's so
Absolutely.
much going on with the world, with our food, with our bodies, with, you know, it's just, you want a natural way, alternatives, you
Right.
know. And with health, our young people and us old people trying to just keep it together so that we could, you know, do the right thing for, you know, live right and feel good, you know, because, you know, shoot, when I was young, if I had known certain things
Right.
and what I was doing to my body, wow, you know, it's kind of crazy.
You know, you're taught when you're young, but you don't really understand it until you're going through.
Till you get older, yeah.
Until you have an injury.
You become
Because
a
you,
wiser.
you know, you always,
Yeah.
we always say that when we get older. And
That's
I'm already
right.
29, and I guess I was already aware. You know, I already was told I have an old soul. So years ago, when I wanted to change up my diet because I seen I wanted to live longer and I have to start
Right.
now, my friends, they're like, okay, great. You know, they
Right.
understand what I'm saying, but it's not clicking with them.
Right.
But they have their own issues too. And now
Right.
they're starting to pay attention to, I got to change. Because, we be 30 next year. So,
Right,
now we listening.
exactly,
But my
now, right.
sisters who are like your daughter's age at
Right.
25, I'm trying to school them. Because when I was their age, I was starting then.
Right.
So I can always play around and have time.
Right.
They're right behind me. So I have to set the example. And I'm trying to teach them the same thing.
Right.
And they there too. Okay, I understand. I get it. But wait till they get 29. When they say, oh,
Absolutely.
you're getting old. I said, when you considered old at 29,
Right.
then you're going to change some ways. I'm like,
Absolutely.
no, start now.
And you're absolutely right about that. And another thing that I found is like a common denominator, whether you're our age or even younger, is I find that a lot of things are triggered by stress. That's something that we really share.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
There
Yeah.
are good stresses, you know, certain things like you're stressed out about seeing a mess in your house or something. That's a good stress. Good. You can get up, clean it. You benefit from it. It's beneficial.
Right, right.
But when you have these stresses of bullying, peer pressure, your self-esteem, all these type of things, it festers. And if you don't find a suitable outlet, it'll continue to eat at you, and it will cause things. It can trigger your thyroid to go
yeah.
nuts.
Oh, yeah.
It can trigger your
And-
diabetes to go whack.
Yeah,
It can give
definitely.
you an ulcer that
Definitely.
can lead to
High
cancer.
blood
yeah, without a
pressure.
doubt.
Stress
Yeah.
could be a good thing, and it could be a really bad
Right.
thing, depend upon how it's apply to your life, and it depends on how you handle it and the output that you
Without a
choose.
doubt. Actually, we had a series, we had a show on autoimmune diseases, and in fact, they don't know a lot of these autoimmune diseases. Why did they happen?
Right.
You know, and it's all because of stress.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
it is
stress.
because of
Yes.
environmental stress, even.
Yeah.
You know, all kinds of what you
Yes.
ingest stress. You know, all those type of
Absolutely.
things are stressors onto your body. You know, it's like even taking drugs are
Yes.
stress. You know, all that is stress. It's kind of crazy.
to say
It
something.
is. It's horrible.
I feel like I
He
want
wants
to
to
burst.
burst.
Okay, go.
Okay, all right.
All of his face.
I just want to say one thing.
You sure?
One thing.
It's,
Right. He's like lazy potato chips.
no, because
You can't just have one.
No, because you know what it is. Because a lot of people have a very similar view of one of the things that you said, and you said good and bad. You know, we talked about that in the car about the construct of good and bad, which is a false leader, and I'm going to tell you why. Because good and bad, of course, are man-made words, right? When you think of the word stress is also, but we understand what stress is. The body doesn't understand what good and bad is.
Exactly.
Stress is stress is stress. And I'll give you an example. If you are sitting down and you are watching a program and you get excited, right, for a very long time, it can become a stressor.
Right.
Did you know that?
Absolutely.
If you're watching a football game and your favorite team is winning, I guarantee you're sitting on the edge of the chair like this. And your adrenals are flowing.
Right.
That's a
Absolutely.
stressor. Believe it or not, over time, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
There's actually no
well,
such thing.
yeah.
There's actually no
No,
such
I
thing
read
as
that.
good stress.
That's what I was
The
reading.
body, because what happens is it creates a fight or flight situation.
Yes.
We are supposed to
Yeah.
be tranquil 99% of the time. So when you have,
Yeah, supposed to be. That's not
like
really
I'm kind of
gonna-
feeling a little stressed right now.
And you should. My body is like telling you it's time for you to stress a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
I
working.
already
It's
felt
working.
it. But
Well,
No,
to
there
get
can
back,
be good stresses.
yeah, definitely.
There are certain
But-
things
Fight
that
or flight.
No. I
No,
know.
but
I
the
know.
body
doesn't-
I
the body
understand.
doesn't
I
know the
understand
difference
what
is
you're
what you're
saying,
saying.
but
Yeah.
the body is blind to that.
Yeah.
The body just knows that something is
Something's
taking
not
me
right.
out of homeostasis.
Right.
Right.
And when your body produces cortisol, if it's done long enough, once you exhaust your cortisol levels, then adrenaline is used.
That's right.
And this is what starts to dismantle the body. And all these things we talk about, all these different health issues that women have, it seems convoluted and complex, but it's really not.
No, it
We
all-
all need to be in a tranquil environment. We need to be around people that support us, that promote us, that are partners, that are good to us. I'm telling you, somebody can say one negative thing to you, and it could change the chemistry of your body in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. That's
It's
what I'm
true.
saying. We have to learn another another output for it, because in all actuality, you're not going to find a place where you're totally tranquil 99% of the time. Life just doesn't really allow it in this day
practice,
and
though.
time.
You have to
Everything is
practice.
so hectic between the environment, between the news, between the this, between traveling to work.
Go to work.
I was
Yeah.
ready
I
to
feel like I want to sing.
I was ready to pull over and start running down the highway just trying to get here because
of the
someone
traffic.
had an accident, up there, the traffic, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm like,
We were not
and
gonna start
Lois is
without
telling
you.
me, yeah, right. As long as I got here before time, right? She's telling me, she's like, calm down. She's like, if it's meant for you to be there on time, you're going to get there on time. And I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm cutting through cars and I'm cutting. And I can feel my antennas on my ears.
Pressure's going up.
I felt my ears getting warm. And I said, you know what?
Yeah, that's not good.
Let me calm down.
Yes,
I
yes,
said, let me
yes.
just
It's
take
not
a
worth
deep
it.
breath. I said,
You're messing up your body.
exactly.
You know?
And you can't
I
change
said,
the situation.
right. Absolutely.
knew the
If
body
you can
mechanic
do
was here.
something about it, do it. If you cannot,
No,
And
it's
that's
relax
what I mean, that's
and
why
just-
and that's
tranquil.
where you have to
Yeah.
go.
and that's why I had to,
nowadays.
and I'm having
Yeah.
this mental conversation with myself, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm just quieting myself down, I'm meditating, saying a little prayer. I was okay. Then she and I just started having a conversation and laughing and stuff like that, on the way here. That's why I said you have to find what helps to distress you, whether it's going to get your nails done every 2 weeks, going to let somebody wash my hair. I can't tell you. When I went to get my hair done, him just massaging my scalp and washing it, I can actually feel the drain.
You can feel just like lifting off of you.
Oh my gosh, the wave. Yeah, work the hand. Massages.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do that. I'm almost graduated and licensed for massage therapy.
Congratulations.
And I
You're
can't
you're
tell
sitting
you
next to.
Well,
how much.
Yeah.
What? The relief. When we had to practice on each other in class, they said volunteer. I go, I'll do it. You know, I'm already pulling off my shirt. I'll do it.
so that sounds
When
good.
I get home, you take a shower, I'm sleep so hard. It's like I almost don't hear the alarm in the morning.
Wow.
And that's just from physical touch. Everybody needs physical touch.
Well, Chella and I, we started monthly touch sensorium. So every month we have a venue, and we offer free massage to the general population. So you're coming to the next one. All of you need to come.
Yeah.
I like massage.
Absolutely.
It
I
really
was there
works
last time.
wholeheartedly.
I did go.
Oh,
No, it is
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
It's all about
absolutely.
stress. It's really
Yeah.
all about
Natural.
stress management.
That's right.
And that's the thing is, in terms of your women's health or men's health, in terms of your health in your
Period,
body,
yeah.
you really do need to have all those outlets and natural outlets. So rather than
Absolutely.
keep on going with, oh, well, let me take a pill.
A
so I can
Valium
go to
and
sleep,
stuff like that.
You know,
Because
take
all
a
those
pill
pills
to-
have
One-
side effects. They block some natural
Absolutely.
function of your body.
Yeah, listen to the commercials. It'll help you sleep at night and stuff like that. It may cause vomiting,
Bloating,
ulcers,
blindness.
your eye fall out, your arm may break. Come on,
sit beside on your
I'll
body,
take the,
that's fine.
I'll take the insomnia.
Okay, well,
Right.
when we come back, because we're going to have to take a break now.
Do we have to?
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
do. Unfortunately, we still got to pay the
I'm sorry.
bills, you know.
Absolutely.
So when we come back, we're going to have to focus a little bit because we're almost out of time again.
Yes.
So we'll be right back.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hot hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Welcome back to Passion for Life with Dee and Friends. I'm Dee.
And I'm Aisha.
And, well, we're almost over. It's almost over. My gosh, you know? And, wow, we still haven't only just touched a little bit, you know? So, but I know Body Mechanic wanted to talk about this cortisol issue. So,
It's because so many of us experience it. That's the reason why. I mean,
No,
you
it's
know, we can sit.
important to talk about it.
You can bring up 1,000 different pathologies that women have.
right.
But when you really boil down to it, like most of the people in the Western culture are living the lives of 4 in one lifetime. So when you live by the clock, stress will always be an issue. If you got to smack that alarm clock and go and not wake up naturally, that is a stressor.
Right.
It is.
That's
If
true.
you got to do all these things
It
before
is.
you go to sleep, if you have a television in your home, if you have fluorescent lighting in your home, those are all endocrine disruptors, and they cause stress.
Right.
Yep.
So doctors don't talk about that.
No,
They don't want you to know it.
Well,
And
no.
all right, and all these
They're
things
not
we
trained
have:
to know that.
MS,
No.
hormonal
Yeah.
imbalances, lupus,
Yep.
thyroid problems, endocrine problems.
Yep.
All of them are linked to stress.
Yeah. Well, and that's the issue with our bodies and knowing your bodies also. So you have to really kind of know your body. too.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, like us, then you have all those diseases that you can encounter, when you're having sexual activities and all that kind of stuff. So you have your body not functioning correctly, and then you have the other things, So it's kind of scary, So I can't wait till
Absolutely.
we talk about this again, because we're going to have to organize it a little bit so that we can just
I'm so-
expand. Excuse me.
Nothing.
No, it's never nothing. So what do you want to say?
No. I was saying I'm sorry because I kind of
No.
But,
No. You don't have to say you're sorry,
what-
because it's good, because we need to know about
Right,
it.
because
And it's
one of the
like-
biggest things about it is, stress is one thing, but what happens is stress will dismantle your immune response, and it's your immune response that protects you from everything.
everything, exactly.
You
Well,
know?
with the sugar thing too.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
sugar thing is
We have
so
to have
bad.
you have to have a sugar show.
Oh, we're gonna have
Call
a
it Sugar
show.
with D. You know what I'm saying? Sugary D or whatever.
Call it sugar
I'm
stop.
sorry.
Well, it's all about when you have that sugar and that protein, and that's why we do that measuring with our instrument.
Right.
We have that. Oh, you got measured before, and actually your numbers weren't too bad.
Yeah.
Your numbers weren't too bad, and everybody in here except for off camera,
Right.
we have somebody that didn't. We're going to scan her today, so she'll know about it. But the thing is, it's all about that sugar protein thing, because what happens is when you have that combination, which is AGEs, it's advanced glycation end products, what happens is it starts creating a lot of different things in your body. Unhealthy angiogenesis, which is your blood starts feeding cells that it's not supposed to feed. So when it starts feeding those cells, like the fat cells and the cancer cells and all that, and we're going to actually do cancer next week. So it's kind of crazy. You have the diabetes, and you have the kidney disease, and you have so many different issues, in terms of your health. Actually, the autoimmune diseases, all those things that occur, like
The ripple effect.
Yeah. It really
So
is.
what is that age? What is that? End product? What
It's
is that?
advanced glycation end product, and what happened is that sugar and protein combination. And I
They
know
actually stick together?
it starts to combine, and it's an end product. And end products means that it stays in your body. Once it stays in your body, it doesn't go anywhere. So where does it go? Well, it has to attach somewhere. So it starts attaching into your tissues, your all your organs
intestines
and your brain, and you have Alzheimer's, you have diabetes, you have kidney disease, you have
It causes a lot of
cancer.
health
Colon
ailments.
cancer.
Yeah.
All those
stuff.
aging diseases, every disease is related to the sugar. So
Well,
it's-
that's interesting. So you mean wait a minute. It's like a browning, right?
yeah.
It's like
Yes,
caramelization?
Yeah.
So you mean that all those years I've been going to a barbecue, I don't do it anymore. So like when you grill chicken and it turns brown,
Yeah, that
that's
browning.
actually toxic.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
because of the
really-
sugar.
Yeah.
It becomes gooky.
Yeah.
But people be like,
I love it.
they put extra barbecue sauce on it.
Oh, make it taste good.
It tastes good till you sit down and the doctor
extra
says,
well
well, you
done,
got 16
but no.
rounds of chemotherapy and
Well,
my
it's supposed
God.
to be to a certain degree, but you're not supposed to have it really charred. How people want their burgers
Yeah.
charred because the carcinogens, those are
so the
things
open
that
flame with the
start
sugar glazing on is not
Yeah,
good?
no. Tastes good. Tastes good, but
Well,
it's
you
not
know
good
what
for
they
you.
say,
It's not
AGs, actually everything that tastes good is usually
Absolutely.
AG
It
rated.
tastes
You
good,
know?
but it's
Yeah.
not good for you.
But the thing is, even with your women's diseases and stuff like that, a lot of those things are because of that. Because it's acting in your body a whole lot different. It's not supposed to do that. Even like the chemicals you put into it, and it's just a very bad situation.
Well, it's interesting when you think about cooking. Cooking does, we're the only mammals that eat cooked food, right?
What's the habit of raw?
And here's another
Yeah.
thing, right? And not only that, the cooking process with high heat also alters
Right.
Right.
the structure of food, so
Right.
now it's not recognizable.
Right.
Did you know that when your digestion is good, that you can dissolve a razor blade. Did you know that?
Oh,
At
no.
one,
Stop
your
that,
stomach
Liz.
can
I'm
go
not
as low
gonna
as
try that.
1.2 acidity. It will dissolve
Right.
steel. You could put a nail in your. You could take your stomach acids and put a nail. It will dissolve it in 4 days.
Let me see you do it.
My stomach acid. But what I'm trying to say is that so you don't have
Oh,
to
no.
take and cook things. You know,
Yeah.
people say cook it till it's dead.
Can I be
It's
raw
already
right
dead.
here?
Hot raw?
Yeah.
Be raw,
Right.
girl. Raw it down for us.
I used to do a lot of sewing way back in the day, and I had one of those straight pins in my mouth, and it went down. I was like, ah, it went down, and so my mother said, let's go to the hospital, and so the doctor said, keep checking your poop,
So,
poop,
right.
poop, but it never came out. So obviously it
Dissolved.
I'm telling you
dissolved.
right now.
Wow.
Your stomach acid will sense what it is, and it will drop hydrochloric acid. And this is why it's important to eat minerals, because the minerals help your body produce what you need to break down. Because see, most of the diseases start when your body does not break down foods and give you the peptides and the bonds and the amino acids so your body can utilize it.
Right, because your immunity
That's-
starts in the stomach.
Right, your gut
That's where your
determines
strength is,
your
stomach
health.
health.
And with weak stomach acids,
Yep.
you are not breaking down food. You might as well just leave it on the table, look at it, and take a picture.
Well, that's why a lot of these diseases have occurred. You know, these
Yep.
women diseases. All of a sudden, you are prone to. Like I had a very bad infection, and it was called vaginitis, and I ended up becoming, well, basically couldn't have children. But the vaginitis was because of the pH. So what I was eating was not, allowing my body to be as
Right.
well. It wasn't as optimum. My optimum pH is really probably about 7. You know,
Okay.
so you really shouldn't have,
Yeah.
too acid or too basic.
Right.
So you really got to be careful on what
To
you're
balance,
eating. And so
right.
I wasn't eating the right food. So again, causes disease and causes tissues to
Right.
start to necrose.
Mutate
And,
and-
with the fibroids, fibroids are big, and we have people that have had fibroids and couldn't have children and needed to have the hysterectomy and, there's so many things that because what you ate started developing things, hyper developing and causing really bad issues. So.
We don't realize that we're doing it to ourselves, and if we got there, we can get ourselves out. I mean, if we're not that far gone.
Right.
And, a family relative came visit me the other day and was upset about what the doctor told him. I said, but how did you get there? I said, okay, you're not that bad. I think he might be diabetic. He's not too sure. But I said, all right, why are you upset? I said, you got yourself there. So you have time to reverse what you've done and get back out. You know what you're doing that's wrong. So stop. It's just that easy for me to say that because I've been at the point where I was gaining weight and I realized, okay, I don't feel comfortable. I'm feeling sluggish. I'm tired. But what was I doing wrong? I was just eating and I was working too hard and I wasn't doing any exercise and I was eating the wrong stuff. So I had to say, okay, I got myself here. I get myself back out. People don't have the discipline.
Yeah,
and that's
some
what they have
people
to
really
learn.
don't. And as far as like with the diabetes thing, I'm diabetic. And
You're
I
type
started
2?
Type 2. And mine started with insulin injections. And I worked my way from insulin, taking it 2 times a day to 1 time a day till they reduced me to 4 pills a day to 2 pills a day. I take 1 pill a day. And what I did was change a lot of the stuff that I ate that helps to, bring down the sugar and to lose the weight.
You're doing really, really
and
good.
I lost 65 pounds.
And you know what? I'm going to have to
And-
invite you all back again.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
You're all definitely going to have to come back again because we're going to have to actually say bye soon,
Yeah.
because you have anything going on before we leave because
Well, I was going to say, to help your relative, tell them to start taking, it's a natural supplement called chromium. Most diabetics, type 2, lack,
Deficient in it.
yes, are deficient
Deficient.
in chromium. And that helps a lot.
actually we have one of the supplements, I believe.
Chromium
that has
picolinate.
chromium in
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we have to do
Okay.
that. But anything,
Well, in closing, I just want to make a statement. You know what it is when people go somewhere and information is bestowed upon them. See, when you don't realize that you have options, this is where fear comes in. This is why knowledge is power. One of the most important things that you can ever learn is how to take care of your vehicle.
That's it.
And that's why this show is important and all the shows that talk about this kind of things. Because
Absolutely.
once you have that knowledge, you have options. right?
Anything over on this side?
Actually, I want to thank our show director,
Absolutely.
and Isha for allowing us to come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very honored to be here. And
Very interesting. I
actually,
enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad.
Very
So
much. I'm glad
definitely
you
you'll
asked
have to
me.
be coming back
Absolutely.
out again.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
maybe next week. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you for tuning in again, and passion for life. I messed up, huh? Passion for life
made it to the
with
end.
Dee and friends.
The glucose
I
level.
almost did it. Okay. See you all next week. Take care.
Good night.
Okay.